I mean, I know I've been having a tough run of it. And don't get me wrong, I love my family. I have an amazing wife, and I have a really great kid. But like, we we got problems. Like, doesn't everybody? My my wife Kristen is dealing with some issues of her own right now, which is it's pretty much it's number one or 1A on my list of priorities. I mean, she's having a hard time emotionally because of this recent diagnosis of well, she has Huntington's disease. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, right? So I've been focused on taking care of her and making sure that she's healthy and in good moods. But I guess it takes one to know one, since she's pointed out that, well, that I've changed a bit. She says over the last year or so I've been acting different, like I'm bitter or upset or something all the time, and I'm trying to put on a better face for her, but I can only do so much. And she says it's been like a year, and I guess that seems about right. And that's when I started noticing that well, I'm just not sleeping well. Look, getting to sleep wasn't the biggest issue. It was more like this restlessness when I was asleep. I'd pass out, and then like 10 minutes later, I'd get this thought where I missed a deadline, or my wife was in trouble or something, and then I'd just wake right up, and I just realized there's nothing there, and I go through a few cycles of that, and then I just kind of give up on sleep. And that's kind of when the darkness would come in. I mean, I say darkness, but I think it's more complicated than that. It's like a despair, like it's like everything's falling apart, and I'm helpless to deal with it, and it happens almost every day, and then it carries all the way through to bedtime, and it puts me in this mindset, and I call that my wounded animal mood, like, because I'm so exhausted and I'm so overwhelmed with these thoughts about everything that my wife's going through, and then what my son is dealing with, and I want him to be okay, and I want her to be happy, but I can't control it, and I'm just so tired, I'm just so when I have to deal with someone else's problems, or someone says something at work, it's like my brain is turned off all nuance or depth of understanding. I'm like left with this wounded animal mood, and then I lash out like a little baby who can't get his way. Great role model for my kid. So I kind of sort of blew up at Kristen recently, just because she insisted that I see a doctor. I mean, since she has Huntington's disease, she's got the medical center on speed dial, but I have to go once for a simple exam, and I totally blow up at her. Anyway, I went, and he says I'm clean, obviously, and I benefit from some more sleep, but I'm not sick or anything. I don't need medication for anything. I mean, he tried to give me some sleeping pills for sleep, and I turned him down. And I try to avoid meds or drugs or anything that might make me worse than I already am. It might, just blow me up. And with work, so far I haven't got much blowback for everything there, but I'm sure that they've noticed. I mean, I'm not really friendly with my coworkers anymore. They used to take me out for lunch and stuff when I was struggling, but now I don't know. It's for the best, I guess. I don't need more drama in my life. The few friends that I still have outside of work, they're keeping their distance, but they'll be around. They get it. I mean, They're good people. How could they not? My family, and we're pretty private people, but people know what's up. I mean, obviously Zach has got behavior issues and Kristen's got the disease, and I mean, it's not public knowledge that I'm falling apart, but I'm starting to realize that people are smarter than you think, you know, even if I'm not hallucinating or staying inside all day or doing some weird OCD stuff, you know, even the anxiety stuff. It's just, I mean, but it's not like I'm passing out or something, right? It's just like I'm just on edge. I just feel edgy. Like about whatever, almost all the time, you know. If I could just limit it, I could just keep it under control, you know, that'd be enough. I want to be there for Kristen and Zach, and they need me. They need all of me. They don't want this angry husk of a guy, you know. What good is that guy? Who's not going to do anybody any favors? So